Live on YouTube. I'm going
Now
to.
we're live.
Yep.
Hello.
Yep. All right. Welcome to the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. I am Joey Calvo. Today we are going international. I have the most beautiful, extravagant, and precious kitty in front of her uh, with us today. Her name is Agnes Thi Mai. She is
Thi
an.
Mai.
Oh, I'm sorry. In she is an actress and based in Germany. And so today we're going to talk about her and let her explain her story on how she got to be where she's at right now. And if you have questions, put it in the comments. Um, do understand that if they are in German, I will not be able to understand them. I will just bring them up and let her translate them for you. And for her to be able to answer it, she can answer it in both ways. It's up to her on it. But mainly, like, we're gonna get to know Agnes, know all about her and her career and what she's looking forward to in the future, um, in reference to being an actress. So, Agnes, first of all, welcome to the United States.
Thank you
Even
so
though it's,
much for having me.
even though it's
Very
temporary,
lovely to meet you and to
yes,
talk to you.
yes. So, explain to us how you got started. What got you to where you're at right now?
How I got started with acting, I started many, many years ago. I did my first play, I think I was 6 years old in kindergarten, and then I continued in school and in high school. And then I went to musical acting school. I studied singing and dancing and acting. And then I went to classical theater acting school. And yeah, at age of 20, I started doing my first films and short films and theater plays. And yeah.
Okay. And so, being that you're not known much here in the United States, outside of social media, um, what projects have you worked on that recently that people might find out about?
Well, the most famous German film I did was a while ago. It was the movie was called Who Am I? It was years ago, but it was a great success in Germany. We got 3 German film prizes, and the director, he was unknown when we did that film, but then he got very famous, and now he's in the US and doing movies there.
Okay.
And you asked me a very funny question about the bodysuit. Can you ask this question again, please?
Okay. I was going to get to it afterwards. I was
Okay.
going to get to. Well, okay, but since the okay, so my question was, I I'm into superheroines like Wonder Woman. Okay,
Yeah.
and so if a scenario came up, if an acting job came up for you, that for you to be a superheroine, but you may have to wear a bodysuit to match the physique of the superheroine. That's how I was trying to state that.
Hmm.
Okay, that's so the way I have it stated, and I'm going to do it. Yes, you were chosen to portray a superheroine, but you would have to wear a bodysuit to match the physique of the character you would portray.
Hmm.
Would you be comfortable with it?
I guess I would. If I have enough time, I would train as good as possible to fit into that bodysuit. It depends on how how it is. But actually, I did shoot with a bodysuit like this. I did shot a pilot season for Other Land. Other Land, is planned as a series based on a novel by Ted Williams, and actually it's an international production, and yeah, they're working on it now. And when we shot the pilot season, I had a bodysuit on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because the that when I came up with that question is because, like, like I said, I'm into superheroines and like Wonder Woman,
And
and
she's a heroine too. She's a girl that pretends to be a boy, and the series it plays in the future.
okay,
And the people there, get into another world by scientific not scientific yeah, there's a technology that allows people to get into another world, into a virtual world, and people live in this virtual world more than they live in the real world. And this girl, she pretends to be a boy in this world, and yeah, she meets a guy, and they go on a mission to find the Golden State there.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, like I said, that's why that question came out. Because
So you read the books?
no, oh no, me read.
You're not going to reading.
I'm not reading. If it's on American TV, I can only watch it to a point.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I'm, I brought that out because, like I said, in reference to superheroines and how I'm familiar with some of them, and like when I asked you that other question off air, I asked that because of the superheroine in particular.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is like,
I love her, and
yeah,
Catwoman.
Yeah, and have you thought about doing cosplay of it?
I'm not a cosplayer, but if I would get paid for it, I probably would walk around in a costume like that. But
Okay.
I wouldn't do it. I'm not a cosplayer.
Okay.
It's not
Well,
my
okay.
thing.
So you wouldn't do it as like as a hobby thing.
Mm-mm.
Now, because I could picture you as Wonder Woman. I could.
Sweet.
Let's see, how can we do it? Glasses, yeah, hair in a bun, yeah, I could see it. I could see as Wonder Woman. Catwoman, no, but I also would have to be careful though, in reference to the claws.
Yeah.
Because all I have to do is make one mistake, and I get it. So at least with Wonder Woman, I could be. It could be, I can get lassoed. That's the worst that could happen to me, and make me forget a lot of things, which would be very interesting. So, have you ever been to the United States?
Not really.
Not really.
I have family there, but I haven't been there yet.
Okay. Oh, you have family. Where do you have family here in the United States?
New York.
In New York? Okay.
Yeah, I have a cousin and my cousin and his wife. They live in New York.
Okay.
And I have family in LA, but I haven't met them yet. So.
Oh, you haven't met them yet either. Okay, because
I know that I have family there.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting because New York is like 90 minutes away from where I live in Philadelphia. So, like, if you ever wind up coming to the United States and you were in New York and you were like, "Hey, Joey, let's meet up," I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So, as we're continuing on and discussing about your career, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I see myself working in international productions. We have a lot of productions here in Germany that are in collaboration with US productions, UK productions, and yeah, other countries. And I would love to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted. Do you see that little bubble below us?
What?
Right. I just put. No, I just put. This was something I wrote up in the beginning, and I just put it up on the screen. So I was wondering if you could see it.
Yes, now I can see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My eyes were on you, so I wasn't looking at the bubble, but now I see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to apologize if we get cut out. I have that T-Mobile home internet, and the live stream sucks sometimes. So, but if anybody has questions for Agnes, please feel free to put them in the comments.
Yes,
So
please.
that way she can answer them for you. I mean, she's a very beautiful young lady, a very beautiful actress, and we're getting to know her, and hopefully, she'll make her way to the United States and become the next Gal Gadot. And yeah,
Well,
and of course, yeah, Gal Gadot was the one that played Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
She's great.
At least I put you in a position with her, as compared to, somebody that is not as, great.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big compliment.
Yes. Yeah. So,
It'd be great if I could audition for it one day. Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah. So, all right. So, so hopefully within 5 years you'll be doing international production, and also we're also hoping that she'll come to the United States and plant herself with us and be able to bring great films like that she did in Germany here in the United States, because I'll tell you right now, we can use it.
Yeah.
Because in reference to, like you said, I actually have the DVDs of the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman movies, and they were okay. But they weren't like the original, Linda Carter versions. But of course, everything changes during that time. And you also said you're into Catwoman. The last Catwoman was Anne Hathaway, and I really didn't watch that Batman movie with her in it. I caught parts of her scenes, and she was okay, but I could see you doing it. I could almost see you being Catwoman, but not in a Batman film. In like the Michelle when when Halle Berry did it. Like that version of Catwoman as compared
I need
to
my own woman.
Yeah. Your own Catwoman series, yes, or your own Wonder Woman series. Have you thought about?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, go ahead.
How did you create this background? I want a background too.
Oh, if you go into settings. Yeah.
Camera.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll go down to virtual background, because you wouldn't like what's actually behind me. So it but I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to show on your side for that.
No,
No.
no, no. I guess I need to. I'm on with my mobile.
Yeah.
I,
Okay.
I I guess I should have when you do it with a laptop or with a computer, you get the background.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you thought about doing a podcast like this?
Pardon?
Have you thought about maybe doing a podcast as you're, you know, going
Um,
forward?
it's a great idea. Maybe I should do a podcast myself. It's fun. It's really
Yeah.
fun talking to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because believe it or not, this is like the cheapest. This didn't cost me anything.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you, yeah, that website, the anchor.fm, that's where, like right now, that's how I'm recording you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm recording you here as we're
Yeah.
talking on the live stream.
Yeah.
So when we
That's
finish,
cool.
you get both versions.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll hear yourself twice. And it doesn't cost me anything. The only time I really made money off of it is when I got it download. I made a penny. That's it.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, of course it's better than nothing. But yeah, I can picture you doing a podcast also as your career is getting better, bigger and better. Then I can turn around and hear on Entertainment Tonight, Agnes wins Best Actress at BAFTA, which is the British Film TV Awards and all that. And I'm like, yeah, I know her. I had her on my podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to get to know her more. But we hit a slight hurdle temporarily. I'm just saying that as an example. I'm not saying this, but you know what I'm saying. You get super famous, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, we were talking. Yeah.
I got to know her. Because believe it or not, I've had actresses and supermodel. Correction. I had an actress model. I've had actors. I've had smooth jazz guitarists. I've had rock bands. I've had radio DJs. I had a former meteorologist. I've had therapists. I've had, and I mean, you got a whole world of people that you can do something like this with, and bring it
it's
up.
Fun. You get connected with people. Yeah.
And then like I said, if people have questions, they type them in the comments. I just bring them up, and if I can understand it, I'll bring it up for you, or read it off for you. But if I can't, I'll just here you go. Here's the question. Go from there. All right. So we're learning that you want to go, that you're within 5 years into international production. We've learned that if a superheroine movie comes up, it can be Wonder Woman or Catwoman, at least. Also,
but there are so many great characters I would like to play. I wouldn't just say Wonder Woman or Catwoman. I can play different things too, like classical plays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or musical. I love musicals. I love musical films. Maybe they're going to shoot a great musical in Europe one day.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, it would be interesting. It would be interesting to see a West Side Story in German.
Well, we have West Side Stories in theaters.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Matter of fact, because where I live in Philadelphia, our Broadway Central is like 2 miles away from me, and it's like it's like when I take the bus.
Joey, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, like I said, the Wi-Fi here, the live stream kind of sucks sometimes, so I
Okay,
apologize.
but now I hear you. Now it's
Yeah,
better.
yeah. So yeah, so what I was saying is, our Broadway is like 2 miles away from me, so I work part time, and when I
Mm-hmm.
take the and I take the bus, and like yesterday, they were actually this time it actually surprised me because normally when shows are changing at this one theater, they close the whole street off, and the bus has to turn right and go down like 2 blocks and make a left, and but yada yada yada. Yesterday, it actually went along the side of it. I was like, "Wow, this is unusual." But they are bringing Frozen, the musical, here to Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I
and
love this musical.
yeah, yeah. I,
Have you seen it?
I never saw Frozen. I love
You
Disney.
haven't saw it on stage, or you haven't seen the movie?
Both.
Okay,
I,
you should
I
see it. It's great.
yeah, but
So
don't get me.
beautiful. I saw
Yeah.
it. I don't know how many times, 3, 4, 5 times, and I cry. I have to cry every time I see it. It's so lovely.
Oh, yeah, but you
And
gotta
it's not a
remember.
classical princess story because she doesn't want to be a princess.
Right.
She's independent. It's a great character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I believe me. I love Disney. Don't get me wrong. I love Disney. I'm the classic, more of the Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck type
Yeah,
cartoons.
but not the
Um,
princess type.
yeah, yeah.
You're
I'm
not
not.
going to the Disney princesses.
Yeah, I did see. Okay, now people might think I'm a wuss for this one, but I did see. I did not see the live action version of it, but I did see the Little Mermaid.
Oh,
I
I
did see.
love it. Yeah.
I saw the Little Mermaid. Um,
Did you see the new one? The one
the live action,
last
no. That's
year?
what I said. I haven't seen the live action, and that
Okay.
I heard that was a very good version of it. Especially with Melissa McCarthy as the villain.
Yeah.
She and you wouldn't picture Melissa McCarthy, who's normally into comedy, doing something like that. And for her to bring that out was really, um, really out of this world. Um, so hopefully one day I will get to that. Now I've got to get back to the superheroine thing here because it's really getting interesting with you and saying that you wanted to do more than um, Wonder Woman and Catwoman. If you had to choose now, Wonder Woman and Catwoman are under DC. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
so if you want, if DC and Marvel, now Marvel being Captain Marvel, um, Black Widow, you know what? I can almost picture Scarlett Johansson in you. So, like Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Black Widow, um, Jane Grey from X-Men. Now I know somebody is going to get at me for this later on because I mentioned Marvel and DC, but that person will understand later in reference to it. But if Marvel and DC came to you and said, Agnes, we want you in our series. We want you as one of our superheroines. And you
I
can
can pick
you can only
whatever.
You can only choose one group.
One. Okay.
The only reason why I say you can only choose one group is this. Um, Ryan Reynolds actually did both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of failed at Green Lantern, but did better with Deadpool in Marvel.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that. So would you be more of a DC person or would you be more of a Marvel person?
That's a very good question. Mm, I guess I would have to read the script first.
Okay. Okay.
I
All
can't
right.
decide it from the company. I have to read the script and
Okay.
see.
Okay. Well, at least right now we know you're in the DC world with Wonder Woman and Catwoman. So um, so we'll just assume that for right now as an answer until
Okay.
until you
Until
know
they call me. Mm,
until until that happens. And
mm.
believe me, if somebody knows somebody from DC, sign her up quick because here's your Wonder Woman right here. Here's your Wonder Woman. No, actually, 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 I could see you as Donna Troy, Wonder Girl, her sister. You're
Yeah.
still in the DC family,
Yeah.
and still doing it's still the same, but it's the what everybody would call sidekick, but
Hmm.
Wonder Girl having her own series. Yeah, I could see that with you. Just looking at you right now, I could picture it, and I could picture another superheroine, um, but I'd have to tell you that offline in reference to it because it's something I keep a secret. So, um, and um, the person that that it would be is a I can't say up and coming. Um, I mean, it's been around. I just got into um, this superheroine um, within the past year. So that would be something I would tell you off, outside of this. Um, so all right, so we have at least about a minute, and nobody has any questions, which really upsets me because we got three people that are actually watching this live as we're chatting right now. Uh oh, she froze. We lost her again. Oh, I think we disconnected her. Let's see if she comes back. I hope I didn't make her uncomfortable. Folks, I apologize for the disconnection. Um, I hope Agnes comes back on. Um, if not, I'm going to apologize um, for this. Um, I hope I didn't make her uncomfortable. She's a great actress to chat with, and it was a lot of fun. Um, oh, we got her back. Okay, she lost connection probably. There we go. Okay, let me bring her back up.
Hello.
Okay, there we go. I was almost starting to apologize. I thought I made you uncomfortable. It's okay. We're finding out it's the connection problems that she's having where she's at. Um, so, um, hopefully, we'll get her back. Hopefully, she'll pop back in. But at least we know we didn't make her uncomfortable. So that's good news. Uh, she's an amazing person to talk to. I'm hoping that she does become a success. I really do. I think she will be a success. A success. And she'll be here in the United States, and she'll be the. Yep. Okay. She popped out again, so she's trying to get back on. But hopefully, she'll be here in the United States and holding an Oscar in her hand, and we could all turn around and say, "Hey, we saw this actress on a podcast," So, let's hope she does come back on. While she's doing that, I created a new banner below. First of all, I got a shout out to my friend Eric Essex. He is coming out with a new CD on Friday called My Heartbeat. And the first single that's coming out is the title track, My Heartbeat. Yep, here we go. We got Agnes. Let's see if we can get her back.
Now.
There we go. Okay. I figured you were having connection problems.
Yeah. My Wi-Fi is working, but maybe it's because you are far away.
Yeah. It is. Well, we have to try to bring you closer, dear. We're going to try to bring you closer. Somehow we'll try to bring you closer.
Yeah.
Because I've never left the United States ever in my life. So as you were trying to get back on, I was just saying how wonderful it is to chat with you and getting to know you and hopefully that you'll be here in the United States one day holding up an Oscar and we can all say we got to see her on a podcast, and then I was starting to talk about starting to promote others when you came back on, because the first thing I started to feel like I was like, did I make her uncomfortable? I was like, oh no, I couldn't be doing this already.
No, you're so charming. Really, you're so lovely and so charming.
Oh, we're gonna talk later. Then we're gonna have a nice talk later. I appreciate that. That just made my day. Unfortunately, though, when I would play, YouTube will probably block it, so I can't do it. But you know what? What the? Nah, I can't. I ain't chancing it. I don't want to lose. I'm not saying I want to lose good timing of it, but I would play the song called "Lovely Day" by the late Bill Withers. It's a really good song, and the main line is "Just one look at you, and I know I'm going to have a lovely day."
Oh, that's lovely.
So that's why I would play that right now in reference to it. So being that nobody has, and we now have 4 live viewers, so I thank the 4 live viewers watching. Yep. She's saying hi to all of you and wishing you guys had questions for her or statements, because she would love to hear that. Because I know she's getting tired of me complimenting her left and right. And I know she's almost getting tired of me talking about superheroines at this point. but it's just my personal opinion, and I could see it. It would make me. because one thing I actually was starting a video production company
Hmm.
recently. I went out and I was calling it my new hobby. So I went out and bought a little handheld video camera, and I was going to start making videos off of it. And the one project that I was thinking about was a superheroine, like I said. Um, and when I got to meet you, it was like I could see parts of this character in you. I mean, like I said, we'd have to find other things. You like that's why I questioned the bodysuit thing because, um, the physique of the character, and so I mean, there's so much more to it, but it was a thought I had. Um, so um, so how can people reach out to you and get to know you? Like, want to know more about Agnes the actress?
Well, one thing they can do is watch my show reel, and the other thing they can do if they um, are planning to do a movie, they can invite me to auditions and watch me do the interpretation of the character, and then book me, and then to make the movie with me, and then we can bring it out on cinemas and on streaming platforms or on television, and be very successful together and win awards.
Yeah,
That's my idea.
yeah. Okay, okay, um, okay. And surprisingly enough, I actually do know um, a producer too. Uh, she 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 actually did. I don't know if you ever heard of this show. I know it used to be in the United States called The Shaws of Sunset.
I don't think I've heard about it. No.
Okay, maybe it might have been just United States based, but she she is kind of like she's an actress, producer, etc. And I became friends
So we are still live, and I can't hear you. I see but
hopefully
the
both of
picture is
us will be
not
back
moving.
on
Now you're
the.
back again. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so I was starting to say that I got to know this producer, and we became good friends. And I also mentioned about a model who is an actress as well, and she actually does movies in Italy. She used to do American movies back in the '80s. She did TV and movies. So I can, like I said, we if we can get you over here,
I
Agnes.
think the best thing as an actor you can do um, to is to write and produce and direct your own movies, so that you're not only depend on what other people think or how other
Right.
people see you, and to get invited to auditions, but
Right.
just write your own stories and
Yeah.
make
Oh, believe me, for this, the one that I can't say on air. I have. I actually wrote equivalent to almost 4 TV seasons of it. They're short, but they're interesting. Um, and they're action packed, I will say. Um, so I would believe you would like that.
Yeah, I would love to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Action packed. Um, uh,
Is it
and
online?
no, it's not online. It's just something I've been the hobby, I call it. It's been a hobby. So, um, so I'm going to give you a chance now. I mean, like I said, nobody has any questions, which is a little upsetting.
I think people are shy.
Yeah, don't be shy. Please ask your questions, even if they're in German and I
But,
can't understand
but
it. You know,
maybe they are my friends and they already know everything about me.
if they're okay, if you're Agnes's friend, please comment that so that she knows and that she can thank you later for watching it. You know, yeah, please comment because I I actually enjoy the comments that come out um and you know and because like I said, super I can only go super heroine for
It's
a point.
okay. They don't have to ask. If I can tell something, if you want to, so you don't have to so you don't have to
Okay.
fight so much to find the questions.
Yeah, yeah, but so as we're winding down a little bit, of course, like I said, thank you so much for taking your time out and coming to the United States on a temporary basis, and being on this podcast and making this podcast international. And we definitely will be talking later, um, because I believe me, we we've been talking on the side, or hopefully we'll start talking on the side. um, but you're always welcome to come on here. All you have to do is just let me know, and
Okay, cool.
this podcast will always be open for you, um, because
Lovely. Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
yeah, because if you have like you said, you have a project coming up, so here's your chance to promote everything you want to promote right now.
Yeah, great. I'm preparing a film, a long film, and I'm playing a lead part. And we're going to shoot in June this year in Germany. It's a German film.
Okay, and
Yeah.
and hopefully, um, I actually want to tell you that one, uh, actually, someone you follow on Instagram now follows me.
Someone who I follow follows you.
Yep.
What's the name of this person?
Actually, it's not a person.
It's
Hold
not a
on.
person.
It's not a person. Hold on.
Now I'm
Uh,
curious. Who are we talking about?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell.
Maybe this person is following you back now.
Okay. It is. Here we go.
Is this person is I'm curious. Okay.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. The Film Acting School of Cologne.
Cool, lovely.
Yeah,
So
they
I'm
started
sending
following.
off to the Film Acting School Cologne. They're great.
Yes. They turned around and actually followed me. And as I look at the bottom, it says followed by Agnes.
Yeah, they are my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and
so they're following me. So um, thank you. If you're watching the live stream, please
so
tell
if
me who you
they're
are.
watching, if Ben Capitan is watching, sending love to him, and
Yeah. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Normally, I'm very selective of who follows me, only because most of them are like bots. They're like, you know, oh yeah, DM me for live sex videos and all this jazz, and you have to block them.
oh
And
my God.
yeah, so I get that a lot. So that's why I'm like very careful. But when this came out, and I said, let me look, and then saw your name on, saw your Instagram on it. I said, okay, I can let this go. It's safe. Because it's. But so all right. So you have a long film coming in June. Anything else that?
Filming. It's coming out maybe on the Hofer Filmtage, which is a film festival in Germany. But you can connect with Bernd Kapitein from the film acting school. He's the owner of the school, and maybe you can have him in your podcast as well.
Okay.
Because they are also
Okay.
doing collaborations with US film schools, and maybe with.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I will take your advice on that, and
Okay, cool.
I will reach out to them next. I mean, if they have to have a translator, I understand. I can't afford one, so because I don't know anybody that speaks German around here. So, all right. So we're gonna. So as we're ending this, again, I thank you so much
Thank you
for
so
coming
much.
on this
It was
podcast.
great fun to talk to you.
Yes,
Yeah, cool.
it was so amazing, and the door is all right. We took the door off the hinge for you for this one, so
Yeah.
that doorway is wide open for you. Anytime you want to come on and you want to promote whatever you want, or promote that you're coming to the United States and you got a film deal or something, and your followers that were shy enough that came on here and didn't want to make any comments or those that now I tried to keep the personal end out of this, folks, only because on the personal side, I probably would have had about 500 comments about her personally on a personal level. Okay. And I would have been careful of that. So that's why I kept it more of the actress end of it than the personal, because, this podcast is more of telling a story of how they got to where they're at now. I mean, if I wanted to do a personal version of her, it would be like a whole different thing. So, out of respect of Agnes, I didn't make it as personal, even though the what I do before this podcast starts is the personal part. Only be, and explain what we're actually doing. So, like I said, Agnes, the door is wide open. You have a platform that you can go to. If you decide you want to do your own podcast, I would be happy.
I will invite you as my guest.
Yeah.
And then
I would be happy to show. I mean, if you look at the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you see the little mallard duck?
No.
You don't see it. Okay. I'll give you the website.
Okay.
It doesn't cost you anything. Matter of fact, I'm going to give a very quick lesson. Since we have about 10 minutes, I'm going to give everybody a quick lesson. You want to start a podcast of your own? This is how you do it. First, and this does not cost you 1 cent to start. It didn't cost me 1 cent to start.
How long are you doing the podcast now?
I've been doing this since 2019.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So this is season 5. we've probably done over 100 episodes. I haven't done a big 100 episode show yet. I might call that impromptu podcast I did last week. But I I don't know. I have to go through it. I'm probably over 100 by now. But
Okay.
I was on different platforms before that,
Yeah.
and it was costing me. And I came across this Anchor.fm before Spotify bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And when Anchor.fm started, there was no charge. Like I said, I'm able to record right off. It's an app. It's an app on your phone, literally. So I did that, and then I came across the StreamYard, and it was I got it connected to my YouTube, and I had it connected to Facebook, and I'm glad I'm off Facebook. I will admit I've been stress free for the past 3 days. I like don't even think about Facebook. We're still on Instagram. We're still on Twitter. We're on Threads now. I actually started going on that NLG or NFG where you can be anonymous and give confessions and all that jazz. I just got on that the other day just for fun. But you can find Agnes on Instagram, on Twitter, on Threads. She's truly amazing, a true wonder girl in my own personal opinion. And she has the most amazing cat.
Yes. That's true. We saw him in the beginning.
Yes. If you saw the beginning of the video, she had a co-guest, we'll call it, and
little cat.
Yes, and when I first saw, I was like, oh my god, I'm in trouble. I was like, I love cats. I love Wonder Woman. I love this. I love that. I could even say, well, I could go this far personally. I love to hold hands on the beach at sunrise. It is the most romantic thing to me. It never happened. Do I wish it happened? Hell yeah. Because one place that you would love, Agnes, is Atlantic City.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the beaches are amazing. And in between, yes, there's a couple piers in between on the beach. One's, Steel Pier, which is amusement rides and so on.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, both of them, or no, two of them are amusement. The third one used to be a shopping center. Now it's a actually it's now becoming a film studio and restaurants. And then just the beach itself. And she would she might get a little upset. And would almost have to find a way of taking every stray cat that's down on the beach home. Because there's a lot of cats. There's a lot of stray cats that come on that beach. I haven't seen any recently, though. That's what's upsetting me. But I remember the one time I spent the night down there, and I was walking down the boardwalk, and this stray cat came up, jumped up on the chair nearby, and was just waiting to be petted. And when I walked up and pet the cat and everything, it was so amazing. I mean, it was very friendly. I was surprised because most of them would normally run over there, like they do around in this neighborhood. But there's a lot of stray cats on the beach there that I know you would love, and you would be like, okay, how am I going to sneak these back to Germany? you know, you know, and give your cat a roommates.
A few roommates,
You know, yeah. So I'm going to end this part of the podcast with you here. Again, Agnes, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much
for enjoying the chat. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
wonderful. And you know what I mentioned earlier on the side. I know we're going to be, hopefully, we'll be doing some more that type chatting as well because, I gave parts of it away right now. And hopefully, maybe, you might have stuff to share that, that could interest me. The superheroine thing, like I said, I'm really thinking about.
Yeah, cool.
Because
I'm thinking about it too. So
yeah, because I like I said, I have to figure out, based on what we talked about in the beginning, where the height wise and so on. Sorry, folks, I ain't mentioning that anymore. But it's something we talked about before we got started. So I thank everybody for watching and listening and being a part of this podcast. My name is Joey Calvo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Agnes, don't go yet. Hold on.